Hello, my name is Barry Henson and I'm the CEO of Desertfire Online. Welcome to this presentation of the science of effective procedures. So who is Desertfire Online? Well, we help companies reduce human error in the workplace. We typically work where the cost of human error is high. Our clients are worldwide and we work with a range of Fortune 500 and Forbes 2000 companies. So let's talk about the major uses of procedures. Well, we use them to capture standard work. We use them to set performance standards. In other words, what you specify in the procedure is what you have the right to expect. Most companies use procedures to help train their employees. We use them as job aids, quality or audit tools, and of course for regulatory or ISO compliance. So the first question to ask yourself is, what standard are your existing procedures written to? Are they designed to ensure that people are competent? In other words, the minimum standard able to do the job. Or are they designed to develop outstanding operators? These are your go-to operators. Most companies have a structured process for developing competency. But the development path from competency to outstanding is typically an unstructured process that's left up to years in the job. We can use procedures as performance improvement tools. If you have a bell curve of performance and your procedures are designed to create outstanding performers, you can actually skew the performance of your workforce and create more top performers. A good question to ask yourself at this point in time is, why don't people use my existing procedures? One of the big issues is poor design. A lot of formats have been inherited from generation to generation. Text-based procedures running into many pages, and consequently people skim and skip and they flip from page to page. That results in gaps in learning and comprehension. Or the procedure is located too far away from where it's needed. And so the operator guesses or asks somebody else. Text-based procedures are not terribly engaging. In fact, most people would say they're quite boring. So let's take a look at how the brain processes information. The left hemisphere of the brain processes words, language, logic, symbols, math, mathematical operations. The right hemisphere processes patterns, shapes, colors, music, and motion. Different types of information are processed differently. Words go into the left side of the brain, and through the right side of the brain, they're transferred into images. 65% of our learners are visual learners. So when we give them text, they have to take that text and it goes into short-term memory, which is 6 plus or minus 2 words. Those words must be translated into images, which uses a lot of cognitive capacity. Because it's in short-term memory, it's harder to retain, and so consequently, it's very error-prone. Our brains are hardwired for specific types of content. Up to 90% of what we take in comes in through our eyes. Now, those of you who have children will recognize Simon Says. So, Simon says, touch your eye. Simon says, touch your nose. Simon says, touch your chin. You can catch your kids every time because, again, 90% of what we take in comes in through our eyes. Visuals are more engaging and they're actually processed by the brain faster than words. Read this text. It takes the average individual 6 seconds to read that text. but only 1 millisecond to understand the symbol. Visual procedures actually activate more of the brain. We know this from a University of California study. They looked at the brain when people were reading text. Then they compared that to brain activity when people were watching videos. The videos resulted in much higher brain activity, which engaged more neural networks, which improves learning effectiveness and memory retention. Let's take a look at a visual procedure in action. This particular procedure is of a meatworks, and they're actually cleaning and sanitizing.
We then disassemble the equipment to give us better access to all the nooks and crannies where debris and germs might hide. It's a little like taking the blades out of your blender to be sure you've removed any remaining food particles after you use it before you wash it. We're careful to remove as much product debris from the equipment as possible. Step 2 involves a pre-rinse where we remove any visible product debris with hot water. It looks so clean that you might actually think we're done, but we're not even close. Step 3 is our soap and scrub phase. If you thought Mr. Bubbles produced suds, just watch our team at work. Here we see the entire room, walls, floors, and equipment being foamed. We even clean our floor drains with special brushes and cleaners.
Video goes directly into long-term memory. And because we don't need to translate from words into images, it uses less cognitive capacity. That results in improved employee engagement, improved learning effectiveness, and improved memory retention. So, we also produce visual procedures as a memory jogger. Our PPM Plus software not only does smart procedures, but it can also be used to produce our paper-based PPMs. These can be laminated and attached directly to equipment as memory joggers. Process Picture Map Plus captures standard work in a way that is more effective in terms of learning and memory retention. We provide assessments and record keeping. All of this translates to getting everyone to do the same task the same way every time. In doing this, we reduce variability, we improve consistency, reduce waste, and improve productivity. If the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, then perhaps now it's time to change. Process Picture Map Plus are scientifically better procedures. For more information on Process Picture Map Plus, contact your nearest Desertfire Online representative.